Hello. Welcome back to At Home with Vicky. At Home with Vicky fam bam. Today we are doing a real estate update, February 2025. A lot of things are happening in the real estate market nationwide and locally here in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Although I love my nationwide audience and even international audience, I already told you guys when I'm making a real estate video, I am going to hyper focus on DC, Maryland, and Virginia because those are the areas in which I am licensed in. And like I told you guys before, real estate is very much based off of location. You have to pay attention to your local market, where you intend to purchase or sell your house for you to make an educated decision on what to do. What I can say is that the data that I'm going to bring you guys today is going to incorporate some national news because you probably clicked on this video like, oh my God, Donald Trump is knocking $50,000 off of home value. What's that about? We're going to get into it, guys. And what I want you to know is not that Donald Trump is knocking $50,000 off of homeowners' equity. What the administration is doing, because Donald Trump is a real estate developer, that is his business before he became our president, he understands value of homes and economics very well. And so what has happened is that we have a very much inflated market. The values of home cannot continue to go up the way that they have been going up because a lot of properties are overvalued. And the number $50,000 was just thrown out there because I have yet to find any specific data coming from the White House that specifies that they are going to take away $50,000 off of people's home value nationwide. What I was able to pull up for you guys, nationwide, it looks like home prices have dropped 35%, okay? And so that means that, let's do the math together, all right? I'm pulling out my calculator because, so let's just say a house that's valued $500,000, right? It's been sitting on the market and it's not selling. Now we have to drop the price. What we are seeing nationwide is that the average amount that a home has to lower in order to get sold is 35% times. So 500,000 times 0.35. So that's a very large number. 35% of 500,000 is 175,000. So that's a very large number. What we're looking at for a lot of places in the country, they are predicting that the home prices are coming down 35%, guys. $175,000 is a lot of equity for someone to lose. So I hope that this new administration is going to help soften the crash and maybe bring prices or interest rates down to a place that makes home more affordable. Okay, as early as 2025, the DMV housing market is experiencing a notable shift. I have been working religiously, guys, since the beginning of the year, since the end of last year. You know, if you've been trying to buy a house, it has been extremely competitive and we don't have a lot of houses on the market, but there is light at the end of the tunnel because we are seeing home prices come down. I can help you sellers right now. Do not panic. In the DMV, we are not seeing a 35% crash or price adjustment. It's not that serious in the DMV. I will say that $20,000 to $50,000 price correction going down. So for example, a $500,000 house having to lower its price to $480,000, definitely. definitely it's happening in our market, and that is the notable shift that the data is speaking about here. Okay, so the median home sales price in the DMV region has risen to approximately $638,000, which is a 4.7% increase from 2024. Just like that, guys, the average price of a home, like I said, everything in real estate is based off of location. DC, Maryland, and Virginia, we are a high income earning area, so our home values are definitely going to be higher than the national average. If our national median home price, or if the median home price in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area is $638,000, nationally it's about $450,000. Okay. So in specific neighborhoods such as Capitol Hill, home values have seen a significant uptick. For instance, in August of 2024, Capitol Hill experienced an 8.5% increase in home values compared to the same time in 2023. All right. So the trend underscores the nuanced nature of the market, where certain areas continue to thrive due to high demand. All right. I opened the video up with this, guys. The DMV, we're a special bubble. It's a very desirable place. And like I said, although I see home prices coming down, demand is still very high. And I honestly believe, even though other parts of the country are experiencing these very large trends where home prices are crashing, like in California, in Florida, the Midwest, there's a lot of areas where the high interest rates, where we're stabilizing between 6% and 7%, all depending on your credit. Remember, if 6 and 7% is what someone with great credit is going to get, if you don't have great credit or not so good credit, you may have a little bit higher than 7% or on the higher end of the 6%, depending on where your credit stands and what programs your lender will find for you. And I will make a video about that coming up soon. But what I want you guys to know, especially the fam in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, is that don't get tricked out the bag. Don't be listening to these people on the news telling you that, oh, there's a 35% crash, home prices are coming down. DC, Maryland, and Virginia, we're not seeing it. We're not seeing that large of a price adjustment, okay? I am seeing 20,000, but the houses that are coming down 20,000, like I said, President Trump and his administration, they're already working on trying to fix the overvaluation of homes. Houses have been overvalued because demand is so high. So a house coming down 20,000 doesn't mean that there is a market crash. It just means that the house was not priced correctly, and the correct value is being established by the lack of offers, right? By the lack of people wanting to purchase your home. The market is going to dictate, right? Now, if a bunch of people start losing their jobs and we get more houses on the market, that is going to lower the demand, which means if we end up with more homes than buyers, then we will start to see a significant price correction, because as demand goes down, so does the price of homes. Understood? So mortgage rates, not a big difference from what was happening in 2024. Inventory levels, the region continues to face low housing supply. So that's what I just explained to you guys. Demand, supply and demand, right? We have a low supply in our market. On top of being a high income area, our home value is already higher than the national average. We are still looking at low housing supply, which means even if there is a slight price adjustment, there is still going to be a competition out there. Like, I was literally out showing houses today, and one of the houses that I showed, it was a mess. I don't know if the listing agent purposely just approved everyone at the same time. But when I got there, there was already 6 other agents all waiting to go look at that house. And there were 2 agents with their buyers inside of the house at the same time. Hot mess 911, y'all. So inventory is very low, especially for homes under 500,000. If you are looking in Prince George's County specifically, seems to be a very hot market right now. Northern Virginia is always hot. I think that if you are in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, and you are looking for a great value, you're looking for a home that's going to give you some space, you're going to have to look in the areas that are further away from DC, okay? And that might be a plus for you if you're not a federal worker, because now that a lot of federal workers have to come back into the office, depending on what they choose to do after February 6th, we're probably going to see some inventory come up on the market, because especially the people that are down in Fredericksburg or all the way in Southern Maryland who just moved super far away to get a good deal or to be in the country for whatever reason, but they don't want to leave their federal jobs, they may be putting those houses up and moving closer. So DC market, I think I'm going to come back February 15th and do an update on this. We're going to pay attention and we're going to do an update on inventory, and we'll see if our inventory has gone up in our rural areas since people have to come back to work. That'll be a cool project for us to pay attention to. Yeah, I just talked about that. The federal policies impacting the housing market. The Trump administration has recently introduced policies aimed at addressing housing affordability. So they're working on housing affordability. It is no secret that the average person cannot afford a home. I looked at a statistic today. I don't have it in my notes, but for those of you that are trying to buy a house, I need you to understand that your income needs to be at least $70,000 or more to qualify for the average home, right? $70,000 is not going to get you a $600,000 house, but $70,000 will get you approved for a starter home or maybe a condo, right? $70,000 could get you like $350, somewhere around there to get you into the buying market, okay? The average salary for a first-time home buyer nationwide is $70,000. Remember that DC, Maryland, and Virginia is a high-income area, so you may need a little more. Do not get stressed out, because there are programs like NACA, Neighborhood Assistant Community Program, or something like that, Neighborhood Community Association. I will put a link to NACA in the community notes, but NACA is a wonderful program for first-time home buyers. Maybe you have a moderate income. If you go through their housing program, you are going to be able to get a down payment assistant program that pays your down payment, and you're also going to be able to get a lower interest rate, all right? It may take you a little bit longer to purchase, but you're going to be purchasing at favorable rates. The last time I checked, NACA is offering 5.4% loans, which market rate loans right now, like I said, are at 6 to 7%. So if you are someone that needs to buy right now and you can't wait for the presidency or anything else, and you need to get into a house right now, look into the NACA program, and also look into the USDA program. USDA loans, I've talked about this on other videos. If you are not a military personnel, military people have their VA loans, and that gives them no money down loan programs. You gotta be vocal. Your mortgage broker is only gonna offer you what you ask for. All of them are not gonna know to offer you different programs. Matter of fact, all of the mortgage loan officers are not even approved to offer some of these government-backed down payment assistance programs. And I'll make a whole nother video about that. If you really want me to, just put that in the comments that you need more down payment assistance programs. But I know that people need that, right? So yeah, the Trump administration, they're looking at lowering, I already talked about this. The administration argues that previous regulatory policies have added nearly $50,000 in cost per household, and they aim to reverse this trend by eliminating inefficiencies and promoting development. So that's what I said. Don't get tricked out your bag. They're not knocking $50,000 off of people's equities. What they're doing is taking away certain policies that add $50,000 onto the cost of purchasing a home. So they're going to make home purchasing more affordable again, okay? Potential impacts on the DC housing market. Reducing regulatory costs could lower construction expenses, potentially leading to more affordable housing options in the region. That's not a bad thing for DC, Maryland, and Virginia, guys. We need more affordable housing. So I feel super excited for real estate in 2025. I know that right now, the year, it kind of feels uncertain. But as an active realtor in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, I can tell you guys this for sure. People are out here buying houses today, okay? It's still very much competitive, and homes, the good homes that are move-in ready in desirable locations, they are not lasting on the market, okay? So if the timeless debate, if it's a good time to buy or not, I'ma always tell y'all that it's a good time to buy, especially in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, because your average mortgage is going to be $2,600 to $3,200 for a single family home, when your average rent for the same or less, like a 2-bedroom apartment, you're looking at $2,400, and you're gonna have to pay almost $5,000 when you tally in first month's rent, security deposit, and all of the fees that some of these rentals add on. You're looking at $5,000 right there just to get into a rental. Sometimes that's just gonna get you a 1-year lease, right? So if you're gonna put down that type of money, and you are making an income of $70,000 or more, you have a credit score of 620 or higher. Mind you, some of these programs will work with you at a 580 credit score. New constructions will work with you at a 580 credit score, and they'll help you get to the credit score where you need to be. So if that sounds like something you want me to speak more about, let me know in the comments below that that's something you want to hear more about. But I'm telling y'all right now, don't get tricked out your bag in 2025. The data is showing that it's only going to get more favorable to become a homeowner, okay? If you have a pre-approval right now, you should be out here looking for houses with your realtor every weekend, because you can't just browse online. You got to get out here. You got to start writing offers, because it's very competitive. But if you're in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, I would love to be of service to you and help you get into that new home. If you are thinking about selling your house, please reach out to me as soon as possible. I will leave all of my contact information in the description below. If you go there and it's not there, please leave me a comment and be like, Vicky girl, run me your contact information, because I don't see it. And I will make sure to get that posted for you guys. I will make sure to get you a market analysis so you know exactly how much your home is worth, and you know how much equity you have in order for you to plan your next move. Okay, guys, until we meet again, bye. See y'all later.